Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I will explain imperialism in Heart of Darkness. Let's start with introduction. Joseph Conrad is one of the most novelists in the history of English literature. In this novella, Conrad demonstrates the active imperialism of African countries. We can explore the themes of imperialism, colonialism, and racism in this novella. This novella sheds light on the truth of imperialism, and how it is imposed by Europeans on Africa. He witnessed that the imperialist approach is just the exploitation of the backward and their natural resources. Through the main character of the story, Conrad reveals the truth and dark side of imperialism. If we see Marlowe's character description, he was presented as Buddha, which is the symbol of truth. So, Conrad reveals the truth of imperialism through Marlowe when he visits the nearby gas station. As Marlowe travels, he encounters sciences of torture, cruelty, and near slavery. This reference clearly shows how the natives were mistreated by the Europeans. They were making them slaves, so they called to surrender them. So, the purpose of imperialism is to make Africans their slaves. I came upon more pieces of decaying machinery, a stack of rusty rails for no apparent reason. This decaying machinery represents that natives were used in the place of the machines. Also, white men failed to perform their duties. Instead of civilizing them, they became exploiters. There was a camp of natives, he called them enemies. Europeans called the natives their enemies. This reference shows their hypocrisy, that their purpose was not to civilize and educate them but conquer them, so that they can get slaves and natural resources and expand their territory and power. At one point they also called natives phantom creatures, because they were treated so inhumanely that they cannot even be recognized. They were not given proper food, medicine, and care. The character of Kurtz is the true depiction of imperialists. His actions define the intentions of imperialists and their motives. He was a man who understands the words of power. He was exploiting African people and their natural resources like ivory by use of power. When Marlowe visited the Congo, he met with the Russian man. He told him that once Kurtz wanted to shoot him because he had a small portion of ivory, and Kurtz wanted all the ivory he had. Here shows the white man's greed and white man mentality. Also, it shows the unethical use of his power. Kurtz has guns and power, and he exploits the people the way he wants. He has become a devil. Through the character of Kurtz, the writer has described the darkness of imperialism. The last words of Kurtz. Horror. Horror signifies the entire horrors of imperialism and how white man has oppressed the natives. His actions, his brutality towards the natives,